The Iron Sheik.
Okay.
Iron Sheik. I had to drive with him. Those are always wild rides, because he just liked to smoke pot and drink.
Right.
He's driving the car, and he was hysterical too, because he'd always wear his gear. Just like he'd wear the boots with the toes sticking out. I'd pick him up in the car and say, what he'd be wearing.
Yeah.
And I'd go to he had a nice house in the suburbs in South Atlanta. His wife was like a banker, 3 good looking daughters, and he had I'd always have to go pick him up at his house, and he had like a gym in his backyard. But it was funny because the gym would be in the backyard, but he didn't cover the weights or nothing. So all the equipment was all rusty. Because it get rained on it, but he'd be out there working out, and I'd come pick him up. Hey, ready to go? She's sure. He'd be doing bench press and stuff, and we would always have to go. The first thing we do, we have to go to the liquor store, and he would buy a how would I put this? Like the largest amount of liquor, whatever it was, that you could buy for the cheapest price. Per fluid ounce, you would get these bottles like Mad Dog, which is like the worst liquor you could drink. These big bottles of it, and he would just drink and smoke pot. On the drive, and I didn't do that. I'm driving the green guy driving around. But it was funny. We'd always drive Atlanta to Birmingham, and what was this place called? Metter, Alabama, or something like that. It's a town, Moultrie, Alabama. Okay, and Moultrie, Alabama was you drive due west out of Atlanta, and then straight north to Moultrie into Birmingham. You go to Birmingham, right? So back then. We would do the drive, I was driving him 6-7 times I drove with him, same drive. But in between, when you go from Birmingham north towards Moultrie, there would be dry counties in Alabama where they don't serve alcohol, right? So it would be funny, you'd be driving and there'd be you'd hit the dry county, but you're driving on the highway, and there'd be billboards kind of like Vegas lit up, beer 5 miles, hey, they're letting now alcohol's in the next exit stuff. So when I used to go, with the Sheik after the show, it was a routine, right? We'd leave the show, and the show was in a dry county. So when we leave the show, we want to go get beer for the trip home, and we have to drive 6-7 miles down the highway to the next county to get the first exit, get the beer, right? So we always every time we get in the car, first 2 or 3 trips, hey, maybe we get beer after the show, stuff. Maybe we go get some beer. Sure, Sheik, yeah, we'll get beer. And I'd do it, see the sign, 5 miles, 2 miles next exit, pull off and get the beer, right? So it was funny, but there'd be 3 or 4 exits in that county, and it'd be beer off every exit. So I started doing it, he'd do the same thing. Hey, maybe we get beer after the show. It was a routine, right? Yeah. So I started going next exit, beer 5 miles, beer 2 miles, beer. So I was joking around. I'd be I'd drive right by the exit, right? And he'd be like, what the fuck? Hey, you jabroni! He just start yelling at me. Oh, Sheik, I'm sorry. And then he'd be telling me the whole time. Hey, maybe we get beer. I act like I'm stupid. I just drive past and go, gee, Sheik, maybe we'll get down the road. It'll be some, and I'd pull off the next exit, buy a beer. But we did that routine 3 or 4 times in a row. I'd pull the same rib on him. He would fall for it every time, pitch the same fit. I would just pull off the next exit. So it was a trip. When we get in the car, when I would pick him up, he would tell me the Hulk Hogan story. Every time he pick him up. He forgot he'd tell me the previous time. And there would be some trips we'd take. We would go down to Pensacola and stuff, and I'd be with the Sheik for 2 days, 2-3 days. And he liked to go. He didn't like to pay for food when we stopped at food. He thinks he's the Iron Sheik. I don't pay. Just figured he always had a bag of autographed pictures, or just pictures, and he would just hey, hit a picture, food is free, he thinks he's leaving an autographed picture for the Sheik, just get everything free, and I'd be like, geez, I'd have to pay for it. I'm not gonna drive away and have the cops come and for you know what I'm saying? I was still, I'm still an educated guy. I got to see Sheik, we can't just leave and not pay. They may call the cops and they see we're driving. So. But he would do that, and he wouldn't want to pay for drinks. He'd always just give people autographed pictures. But the funniest thing is he would always if we were at we were on the beach in Pensacola one time. because we had a day off. We're down there, and like we had to drive just an hour drive. So we go like, oh, Sheik, want to go to the beach before the show? Sure. So he would be on the beach, you know, with his, you know, the boots and everything. Yeah, walking around the bank and just walking up to people. And this is how he'd do it. Like, this was his routine. He'd have pictures with them. If he saw people recognize him, he would say, hey, I give you a picture, and, you know, you give me $1 for charity. He only wanted $1 back then. That's like, he'd have this picture. Hey, maybe give me $1 for charity. You know, that's just what he'd say, you know? So people would, like, you know, just hand him a picture and they'd be all right, you know, they reach in their pocket and give him $1. So the funniest thing is, like, so we go to the beach one day, and then Sheik's got his things up there. You know, there's people walking around like bikinis and bathing suits, and Sheik's walking up like, hey, give me hit picture, you know, they give her $1 for charity. People have on like their bathing suits. They're like, and actually, I have no money. And so the funniest thing was one day, he would always go, give me $1 for charity, or give me $1 for charity. So one day, like, I'll never forget, it was a guy, 3 kids, you know, family, like husband and wife and stuff. And he goes, hey, did you give picture for charity? Give me $1 for charity. And the guy goes, what charity is this? And Sheik's like, he has this look on his face, like, Oklahoma City bombing. All right, it's like that's what the charity Sheik would say, like, you know, like, hey, you're giving it to the Oklahoma City bombing charity, like, he was just keeping the money, of course, you know. So, Jesus.